Hey team, it's a dark video coming from the car tonight because, in Ontario, when in winter, well, end of fall and winter, at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it looks like it's midnight out. Well, it's not 4 right now. It's 20 to 7. Reason I'm rambling. Reason I'm shooting this video. I just had an awesome team member reach out to me, who's prospecting, who's in the game, who's making it happen, and she's going through the procedures and motions that you need to go through to build your business manually in the beginning before you learn more leverage stuff, right? And she reached out to me and gave me a scenario of what she was doing prospecting wise, and which she should, because I'm a ninja at prospecting, and sponsored thousands of people from Facebook alone by using these techniques. So she shared with me a lady that she'd got signed up who was already moaning and complaining about videos and investments and blah blah blah. And in the beginning, because we're so enthusiastic and so believing in what we're doing, we puke rainbows all over people. What I mean by that, we let our excitement overtake what we should be like James Bond, but instead of being like James Bond, we're more like Austin Powers and spastic and all over the place, puking rainbows on them. James Bond in a situation would be cool, calm, collected, smooth, and efficiently, with great influence and affluence, make the job well done, where Austin Powers would maybe get the job done, but he'd screw most of it up on the way there, right? And that's no fault of our own. We're not taught how to be James Bond. But because you're plugged in with the mastermind, because you're plugged in with this team, you're going to learn these things, and hopefully you're all in, because the mass influence formula, if you just study that daily, you will learn these language patterns and whatnot. But how you can immediately, in a minute, in a split-second decision, transform your enthusiasm to rather than you can leverage your enthusiasm, but rather than being sick all over them, you actually want to take it away from them. Have the posture, have the composure, and have the confidence to you don't want to sell or convince someone to get into the business. If you have to convince someone to use the Empower Network system, you're going to have to convince them to do everything with it. But that's not what we're here to do. We're not here to convince people on their dreams. If they don't want their dreams bad enough to sign up and go to work, then guess what? They're not qualified to work with you. They're not qualified for your time. So next time you get yourself in that sort of situation, if it's a prospect or if it's someone that's signed up that's doing that, complaining and asking a ton of questions and really focusing on the negative, rather than you get tied into their negativity and use your enthusiasm to puke rainbows on them, to tell them all about this and people that are making money and all the rest of it, which we do because we're excited about it. We're human beings, we get emotional and we're excited about it. Rather than doing that, turn on your James Bond switch and take it away from them. Ask them, say, Jane, what is it that you truly want in life? And if they turn around and say some extra cash for the holidays, say, okay, well, that's not deep enough. I need to really know what it is that's driving you. Why do you want a different life for you and your family? Get to those core desires. Get to those core dreams. Get to what really drives that person. When you get to what really drives that person, when they start talking about these emotional things, then say, okay, well, I don't believe that you want them, and have the balls to say that to people. Call people out, because if they tell you at first that they want extra cash, and then they say they actually want to bring their husband home because he has high blood pressure and the work that he's doing, they think it's going to kill him, and she's not willing to sign up for a $25 business or go all in, or whatever the case may be in that situation, if they're not willing to do that, then call them out on it and say, look, you're telling me you want to bring home your husband Mark, who is overworked, stressed out, high blood pressure. You're thinking it's highly dangerous for him, and that is not big enough for you to get on with what I'm showing you that can work and do that, then I don't believe you. Clearly it's not for you. We can still be friends, no hard feelings, and take it away from them. When you speak to people with that air of confidence, you will make sales. Now you might say, well, I don't have that confidence yet. I haven't made money yet. And that's BS, because it's not about the money. 5.5 years ago, when Layla and I first got started in this industry and we were still broke, had no money, I was on the phone to 100 to 200 leads a day, and I had that positioning then. Why? Because it wasn't I had money in the bank, it wasn't because I was successful, it's because I truly believed in what it was that I was selling. I truly believed in what it was that I was in. I truly believed that if a person did make a decision, commit to it, and work it day in and day out with the system and business plan that we have, they could legitimately transform their life. And that's the belief that I led with. So that belief gave me the conviction and the posture to be able to take it away from people. I'm not going to sell you into something, convince you into something. Yes, I'm going to use sales tactics and influence to persuade people that are wanting to do it, that have a desire, that may be stuck on an objection, but I'm not going to convince someone that just, you know, flat out doesn't really truly want it, or isn't willing to do the things they need to do to move forward. So to round out this 6-minute ramble, team, in the dark, make sure that you're James Bond, not Austin Powers. Even though I love Austin Powers, it was on last night while I was working. You want to be more like James Bond. Flip your switch of belief and take it away from them. Don't say too much. Let the videos do the talking. Ask them what it truly is that drives them, what it truly is that motivates them. Find out those hot buttons, talk to them about that, and if they aren't willing to go all in, if they aren't willing to sign up, if they aren't willing to commit to the things and empower that you have to do to be successful, saying they want those things, then guess what? I don't believe them, I don't buy into them, and you shouldn't either. So from Toby, one part Toby and Layla, love y'all, keep pushing. Remember, the live prospecting webinar is in 1 hour and 17 minutes. Get people on, because I will be bringing the heat and you will make sales from it. Take care, guys.